Wayward parts in a brand means there is visual conflict between the elements. Let's talk about it. Parts of a brand design that don't fit or harmonize is another big pitfall of identity design. Here are some examples. Sometimes elements are not compatible or are mismatched in some manner. Here we have a Baroque style illustration. We have already identified illustrations as a problem, together with a typeface from the 60s and another from the 80s. Slapping a shape on some letters without considering the relative contours is another all too common kind of lazy design. Another kind of disparity happens when designers try to create their own type. Most designers do not have the typographic skill to pull this off, and the results will usually look amateurish. Rarely does using a logo as the first letter in a signature work well. It disrupts the easy reading of the signature. It's even worse if the logo is used to replace some letter in the middle of a signature. If the letter is the same size as the other letters but very different in design, there's a discontinuity in reading the signature, and the word seems to split in two. Generally, it is better to keep the logo separate from the signature. Otherwise, just design a cohesive word mark to begin with. Treating letters in a single word in different graphic styles or colors is also disruptive to reading a word. Is it 2 words or 3 words or 1? The same disruption happens when some letters are treated differently from the rest, as in the X in the middle of this word mark. Yet a different kind of wayward design is when the mood or imagery are at odds with the professional image that befits the company. This can happen in many different ways, but often it is a question of design shapes reminding the viewer of something not intended or promoting association incompatible with corporate ideals. Are those people in silhouette or bird droppings? What company would want that association? Finally, a design that shows a double entendre is a serendipitous delight. But when 2 or more concepts are forced together poorly or in an overly contrived manner, the result is a disastrous hodgepodge. This is akin to using every spice you have in a stew: garlic, cinnamon, thyme, peppermint, and cayenne all together. Cobbling things together that don't belong or mismatch in some way can make an identity look amateurish, as many of these samples have shown. They can also become difficult to read, which is why wayward parts is one of the deadly sins of logo design. For more information, go to logodesigntheory.com. If you found this helpful, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and share this with anyone who needs to know more about logo design.